I'd like to first make it clear that I am not a fan of Barack Obama. I do think he was the best choice out of the leading candidates in the 2012 election, but I'm not thrilled about him as a president, mostly because of his politics reaching so far across the aisle that I think he's governed the country as a moderate Republican when he was voted in as a progressive Democrat. Obama is simply too conservative to tickle the fancy of my political compass, which really puzzles me about how hated he is by conservatives. He's a better Republican president than anyone the GOP could find to nominate. He governs accordingly, and they still hate the guy. A digital manifestation of that contempt is the Facebook page titled Barack Obama's Dead Fly. To my knowledge, that originally refers to Obama killing a fly in an interview. The link to that is below if you're interested. But the page itself seems to be a place for those who oppose Obama and unite to vent their disapproval. I feel there are plenty of valid criticisms to make against the current president, but that's not what I found on this page. I found an echo chamber of irrationality and extremist demonization. While carefully considering if I was going to bother entering into a comment war on that page, I was particularly miffed by the cognitive dissonance evident in the post there critical of Islam. And rather than making a general reply there, I thought I'd make a point-for-point argument against it here and let one of you share this video there. The post in question currently has 568 likes and has been shared 496 times within 12 hours of being posted. It states, Islam, the belief that it's perfectly acceptable to rape children, beat your spouse, cut off the heads of disbelievers, and throw stones at people's faces until they die, all because some deluded, bearded dude spoke to a magical being in his head and told you that it was his will. Makes perfect sense. This post itself has plenty wrong with it if it's hoping to point out the absurdity of Islam. The premise of the post isn't even about what Muslims believe. It's about what Muslim extremists have used their religion to justify. It shows that those who created and supported this post haven't bothered to find out what Islam actually condones, but rather they just hear the media report what extremists do and then take license to paint the entire religion with that brush. The second half of it's where the response to this page gets especially ironic because the page is mostly composed of Christians. To declare objectively that Muslims' beliefs are based on the claims of a delusional man presupposes that the Prophet Muhammad was delusional. For a Christian to do so requires him or her to provide some proof that Jesus wasn't delusional. Pointing out that he's believed to have had a beard seems crude and unnecessary too. It's humorous to me that the same sort of thing can and has been done far more accurately with the actual beliefs of Christianity. For someone to write something equally as absurd as a criticism to Christianity, it would go something like this. Christianity, the belief that it's perfectly acceptable to protest soldier funerals, condone the hatred of homosexuals, beat your children to death for disobeying you, and put people to death for believing in other gods, all because some delusional man said he was God and got himself killed. Makes perfect sense. That doesn't seem quite fair, does it? Moving on from the absurdity of the post is the absurdity of the comments. Lunatics, one and all, had 6 likes. Really? Every single person who subscribes to the faith of Islam is a lunatic? You just called 2.2 billion people absolutely insane just because of their religious beliefs, which have no less proof to offer for themselves than Christianity does. And our president favors this religion over Christianity. Pathetic. But why is it pathetic? What makes it any less pathetic than a belief in Christianity? Oh, and by the way, Obama is a Christian. He and his family have never claimed Islam. They declare themselves Christian and attend a Christian church. Where's the evidence to suggest he's a Muslim? Piece of shit leader and piece of shit religion, and that will be his downfall. 6 people like that? Again, he's not a Muslim. In what way is Islam supposed to be his downfall? 5 likes for no Islam/Muslims in America! You realize that you are the embodiment of the kind of extremist Republican the rest of the country makes fun of, right? You are the kind of person who fails to detect sarcasm in the Team America movie. Why not let them live here? The under 2% of America currently composed of them isn't doing anything like this post described. So what's the problem? We should do exactly the same to them. They fear and respect the Crusaders because that's what the Crusaders did. Now they piss all over us. Fuck winning hearts and minds BS. I say do it Genghis Khan style. We will be running out of bullets before we run out of the targets. Are you kidding me? 3 people like that comment? It's actually suggesting that modern Christians revert back to the violence and vitriol of the Crusades. And these people support it? It literally advocates for a Genghis Khan approach over winning hearts and minds. I'm done here. I'm off to convince myself that the 41.5 thousand people who joined this page did so on accident in an effort to not spiral into depression over the state of modern America. Good day.